Oh, there we go. Apparently, this is live. I am brand new to this whole going live on StreamYard thing, so we're gonna we're gonna try it out. Um, so this may or may not be working. I don't know. But the reason I wanted to go live is because I had a really neat idea today, and actually, I'm gonna go ahead and just read from my little message here what the idea was about. So, as you know, on the podcast, we talk about, ways that the church could be involved in the community in a better way. It's actually meeting the needs of the people. We started to realize we can build that community right here. We could, in essence, form our own example of what the church community could look like by meeting the needs of people right here in our own community. Here's what I mean. Okay. I want to start a segment of this podcast called Live, Love, Live. It's real stories, real needs, real time hope. And I'm just going to read this to go with me. But are you tired of waiting for someone else to do the right thing? Waiting for the government to get its act together? Waiting for the church to finally start meeting the needs of the community? Then stop waiting and join us, because at Live, Love, Live, we are taking the ball into our own hands, working together to bring help, healing, and the love of Jesus to our neighborhoods. My eyes are going, so I need to make this a little bit better. Away. All right. What is Live, Love, Live? All right. It is a live interactive podcast where urgent needs are met with immediate action. Each episode features real people carefully vetted who are facing a real crisis, whether it's covering rent to avoid eviction, fixing a car so a single mom can get to work, or connecting someone to a job or mentorship. Their stories are shared anonymously with dignity, and listeners are invited to respond in the moment. You can give, you can connect, you can offer what's in your hand. Well, and together, we become the answer we've all been waiting for. Now, this is not a welfare program. It is relational giving, neighbors helping neighbors. Every need is reviewed and verified. We don't want people, just scamming us to get money. Each story is told with privacy and honor. This isn't about pity, it's about purpose. It's about restoring dignity and building a culture of mutual care. To whom much is given, much will be required. That's Luke 12:48. If anyone has the means to help his neighbor and does not do it, how can the love of God be in him? Paraphrase of Proverbs 3:27 and 1 John 3:17. This is the church in motion. It's kingdom in action. So tune in, pray in, and step in, because when we live with love and act in real time, lives change. So I have been a part of, charity galas where you got all these wealthy people collected in one room, and, they're bidding on this and bidding on that and feeling real good about themselves because they're making a difference using their money. And there's nothing wrong with that, because we all are gifted according to our purpose. So if you have a lot of money, that's your purpose. That goes hand in hand with your purpose. Even if you don't know God, God is the one that gives us all of our blessings, whether you know him or not. He's the one who's in charge. So there's nothing wrong with you getting to feel good about making a difference. That's what it's supposed to be. So imagine if you are someone out there. I want to start this. I want to try this out right now. If you're out there, you know someone that's out there, and you can't pay your rent, can't put food on the table, you've had hard times, and you don't know where to turn for help. I'm a single dad and a veteran, and I was on the food stamp card for a while, and they turned it off, even though as a veteran, they're not supposed to. And now I can't get anybody to get back in touch with me. And there's food shelters out there and pantries and stuff, and that's fantastic. Problem for me is that they're only open from 9 to noon, and that never works for me, so I can never get there to get the food. There's all sorts of problems, and then there's the fact that, I've been out of work now for over a year, and I sink every dime that I have into, my ministry, doing this kind of stuff. And it adds up. I mean, geez Louise, my monthly nuts over $4,000 a month, and I have zero income coming in. So I mean, that's crazy. But God provides the help of my parents. My mom helps provide. I'm very blessed in that way. But there are a lot of people out there that are in this situation, and as a community, we all can make the difference. We can come together. They did like they did in the Book of Acts in the beginning. Now you don't have to go selling your property, but everybody can chip in. So imagine we told a story about a family that was going to get evicted because they couldn't pay their rent. They couldn't put food on the table. They needed $3,000 to pay their rent, pay their utilities, and put food on the table. And as a community, we had this little live auction here on Live Love Live, where you could be like, I'll donate $10. I'll donate $20. Somebody out there could donate the full $3,000 because they have that much money, and we could all feel great about it. And now this again, it's not welfare. It's not like we're doing this every month for the same people. But as the needs come in, and there's so many, we can actually make a difference, a real difference in someone's life. And then direct them, and I'm gonna start working with charities so that we can do this, direct them into financial counseling, seeing if we can help figure out why they're in that situation in the first place. Entrepreneurs out there, business owners, if you have positions that need to be filled, if you can hire people, well, then we can have a job fair through this program. I mean, it's crazy the amount of stuff that we could do if we just work together. And you know what? We just can't wait on the powers that be to do it because they're not doing it. And, the religious leaders that I'm talking to about this and introducing them to the concept of the narcissistic church and the blueprint of the way the church could be and should be, they're not interested. They just want to keep doing what they're doing, which is broken and not working. And honestly, it's hurting people. So what do you think? Crazy idea? Yes. Good idea? I think so. And I think we can do it. I don't think it'd be hard. I think it'd be a lot of fun, and we could really make an impact in the lives of a lot of people. So leave your comments, leave your stories. Again, start sending these things in, and we're going to make sure it's not public. We're not going to out people publicly. Let's help some people. All right, that's it for me. We'll see. This may not have been recorded. Who knows? Maybe it did, but I will figure it out. All right, God bless. Talk to you soon.